It's been a while.
It has.
It has been a while.
We took a whole month off, so.
I know, we did. And I feel like anytime I've used StreamYard, I haven't actually been live. It's just been to talk to people.
Right.
Yeah.
Skip this whole process.
Alrighty. Well, hello if you're watching the playback. If you're here, say hi in the comments so that we know. But we're all in various stages of tired, illness, etc. So
this is going to be very high energy tonight.
So high energy.
Peak. Hey, Julie.
Hey.
So, I know Julie read it because she messaged me when she was reading.
Really?
Hey. All right. So we are on to our last Ilona Andrews series, which is kind of sad.
It is very sad.
It's a weird feeling.
It is a really weird feeling. I'm just like, so when am I allowed to go back and start rereading everything else again?
Well, we're gonna start the
graphic
audios.
Yes,
when we're done, right? The three of us are.
Well, Heather's not.
No, she'll just be in the group chat for it.
Yeah,
probably read an ebook or something. Or I'm kind of thinking about getting the graphic or audios and forcing my husband to listen to them.
That would be fun. It'd be like a radio show.
Because there's like podcasts where they act everything out like that. The sound effects and stuff, and he really likes those.
I enjoy
those. Listened to them multiple times because they're literally my go-to for background listening now. Like they are so easy to listen to. They're great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to start those.
I'm kind of tempted a little bit.
Do it.
If the library systems have them, so.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Then I'm
Hoopla.
Yeah, Hoopla has all of them.
I don't like Hoopla though. Like I don't.
Yeah, but for audiobooks, Hoopla's really good.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna try audio, that's how I would do it.
Okay.
It's not great for other stuff.
I don't mind it on Libby. I realize this is a side note, but
I don't know if they're on Libby for me, but Libby does have some graphic audios here, which blows my mind, to be honest, because we never give anything.
Lay down, Millie. Lay down.
Millie is not.
Oh my god! No, she's sneezing in my face.
Puppy. All right.
Accurate.
So with the Kinsmen Universe, I reread the book. Heather, you read the ebook, and Megan and Izzy did the audio book, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So for anyone who is watching this and has not read them, they're 3 short stories set in a futuristic sci-fi world. They're not set on Earth, so
no.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because Julie and I had a brief chat about this when she read them. Like you can kind of see where Ilona Andrews is going in all their other series in these stories, but they're very different. I think
they are.
They're other work.
If you had not told me that Ilona Andrews wrote Silent Blades, I would not have guessed it.
No.
Yeah.
Because there's like
any of these, honestly.
I can tell in
Silver Shark. I can.
Yeah.
Silver Shark more.
I could kind of tell because the creatures that they describe are very much like the creatures that they have in the other books. But
yeah. I mean, that one I can see more of it, but I still don't feel like these read like what I expect from Ilona Andrews. Do not throw yourself off the couch. Thank you.
I feel like I recognize them. I feel like I recognize them quite a bit when it does come to like the creativity of the world building, right? And the uniqueness of it. And that I recognize this is Ilona Andrews. But these were like so much more horny insta-lust than I was anticipating. I was like, wow, okay.
Every time they were over, I was just like, that's it?
Yeah, I know. Every time they ended, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They probably benefit from reading versus listening also.
Yeah, I would think a good
Because they're so
probably.
short. Like the audios aren't bad by any means. I don't mean that. I just think like their story is so quick that in the audio at times I was like, wait, I'm in the second story now? Like I would have a minute where I was like, hold on. And I was like, no, I'm in the second book.
Right.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's easier to be able to be like, how much in this novella do I have left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because book
And
2
I
felt
think
a
the
little long for how short it was.
Yeah. Well, see, Silver Shark is my favorite of the three because I think I recognize more of what they're doing. And also, like, I was just filming my wrap up. And, like, if they took the concept of Silver Shark and actually spent time and expanded it into a full length novel, I would read the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I think I would
be things
too.
that have to change.
I feel like it's Ilona Andrews' version of the Psy and Psy Changeling because obviously it's psychic. I mean, it's all the same inspirations, you know, but it did kind of feel like, oh, this is like their version of that.
Yeah, it did feel like their version of like a Nalani style sci-fi.
I do want to reread Psy Changeling, so yeah, I could see that. Like as soon as I finished these, I was like, I kind of want to reread Psy Changeling now.
Yeah, same. It's like same, but different. But I think
is the longest too, so you have the most time to develop.
Yeah. But I remember I was reading that one or rereading that one because, to be honest, of all the three, that's the one I remembered the most of from the first time that I read it. And I remember, like, I sort of struggled to put things in the right order, but I remember the most number of things and beats that took place. I just couldn't put it into context.
Right.
Like I would have liked to have known a little bit more about the initial war. And then, like all that world building stuff that if they expanded this would be really fantastic.
Oh yeah,
because it was good for a novella, but like you used to think, if you expanded this out, I would be fully invested.
Right, like always. That's further magic.
Because like if I'm being realistic, like this is not my favorite. These are not my favorite works from them, but they still are far better than a lot of people's very average.
Right.
I think that's the weird part is like because of how much I love their other works, this not being like as good. I'm like, well, but did I like it? But I'm like, yeah, I still liked it.
Yeah, they were all 4 stars for me, whereas usually there are 5.
The novella is like a 3. That not the novella, the short story. The
short story was like the my least favorite of them.
I was indifferent on it, so it was kind of
cheeky. Like it was very cheeky and that's cute, but
Silent Blade was actually my favorite. The first one.
I liked Silent Blade. I really liked.
I wanted that one to be longer. That was the only reason it wasn't my favorite.
I can see that.
I would have loved it to be a little bit longer. Also, I just think the assassin thing is cool. I was hoping that they would like go on like adventures or something together at some point.
I like that they popped up in Silent Shark, and that I could see where this is.
And they had a kid, and I thought that was super cute.
Yeah,
it was just funny. They're like, "Did you win?" Yeah, just beating up neighbor kids.
Yeah, they're all doing. But see, wasn't a mere formality something that they wrote on a dare or as a joke?
Yeah, it was written as a dare / joke, which is why I feel like it also was like whatever when I read it. Like it wasn't bad by like in Ilona Andrews standards, it's bad. But if somebody else wrote it, it's probably pretty good. Like that's the thing, right?
Yeah, I thought it was cheeky. I was like, that's great.
I don't know. I think I don't I didn't find these as engaging as I found everything else so far.
Yeah. See, I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested in how you guys go with Faded Blades with it being an actual novel.
Yeah. For me, I think that this whole series was kind of just fun. I will say, I think the beginning of Silent Blade is like, I don't know how you guys, if you notice this with the audiobook or not. But the first chapter is like a page, 2 pages, and then the rest of the novella is the second chapter. It's like 40 pages. And I remember, I'm pretty sure I DNF'd this book years ago when I was first reading Ilona Andrews. And I was going through all their backlists and going through all of their series, right? I think I had the same experience I had this time where I picked it up. I was very confused on the world and the setting and why I should care, like who am I caring about in these rooms, right? And then the format, and I was like checking my ebook to see if I was like having glitches or something. And I think I quit last time, even though I feel like it's like 5-10 minutes into it, maybe you're like, all right, no, I'm in this, because now you have their whole arranged marriage explained, and the fact that she wants to come because she used to, all of that was really interesting. And but I think that initial, and I actually had somebody message me and be like, I think I'm too dumb for this. I was like, no, it's the beginning of the book. Like, it's confusing.
Yeah, it's not a great beginning. I had to restart it because I thought that, like, I was like, am I not paying attention? I literally slowed it down,
I did the same thing.
And
I had to slow the book down because I was like so confused at the beginning.
And then I was like, no, this is just how this is. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I almost feel like they needed to take out the first chapter and ignore the explanation of the world that they were in and just tell the story.
Right.
Because Silent Blade, the setup for the world actually fits Silver Shark better than it does Silent Blade.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It just didn't make sense. And I think about other novellas like that, like we would have understand just if we started a conversation with her brother, we would have been able to understand what was going on with her power and stuff.
Yeah. See, because I've read A Mere Formality twice now, and I still think that I'm too dumb for that story. Like, I get it, but I also don't. Like, I know what they're trying to do. I just can't wrap my head around it properly.
Honestly, some of that, I just didn't even try. I was just like,
I didn't either.
Pay attention to this couple. I wasn't sure if I was just like hopped up on cold meds and lost in the sauce completely, but I'm glad that's not the case. Yeah.
Because I had a couple moments listening where I was like, am I high and I don't realize it from medicine? Because cold meds can sometimes just make you a little fuzzy, and I was like,
it's like a fever dream, because you just like that one, you literally get thrown in with no context about what's going on, and you kind of need a bit more context, I think, for what's happening. And it's not till they start the negotiation part that I'm literally like, okay, I get what they like. It's a political negotiation, and it's payback, basically. Like, I got that part of it, but it was the setup. I'm like, yeah, no.
I feel like they would have been better off. Just
all of my reading into 2024 is me going, was this bad or is it the medicine?
Is it me?
I think this was like one of the first new things that I've read in 2024, because I've just been rereading books.
This is the only thing I've read in 2024, and I read it.
Heather, get it together. I'm like 11 books in. Get it together.
Look, Heather still has like 3 more books to read for the month for book clubs alone.
Commitment reads, which one is 100 pages, and then the others are the Kristen Ashley. So, like, I feel confident, but not that confident.
It is what it is.
The Kristen Ashley, because I was like,
I was re-listening to the Colorado Mountain Men series from Kristen Ashley the beginning of this year.
I need to. Side note, I've reread The Gamble like 3 times, I feel like, and I really need to like reread the rest of the series.
I love The Gamble. It's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But the first 4 are the only ones I cared about. I stopped reading them after that, because after that it's just about random people.
I don't know. I read them all up.
Please lay down.
I've read them all already, but the first 4 I reread, and then I'm like, okay, on to something new. Well, I guess on to something old. On to Rock Chicks.
I'm ready for Rock Chicks.
I think a lot of people are.
Can't wait. Can I tell you the one thing that threw me in Silver Blade?
Yes.
There's a character called Ascanio.
Yes, I was thinking that too. I was like, wait a minute, I know this person.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I think that's his last name, isn't it? His name's like Ven Ascanio or something like that. But
Yeah.
I heard it too, and I was like, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah. I can't get over him wanting to lick honey off of her nipples. I was like,
That made me laugh. That made me laugh so hard.
I mean, listen, I will
Wait,
take
Karen.
that over some of the
I
food
was
play I've seen in
thrilled.
books.
I mean, I will
Yeah.
say that a mere
It's not the most
formality
outlandish.
made me laugh when
It's
they
in a
were like,
safe
he
spot
just like
also.
brought over a Playboy and was just like, would you do this? Would you do that? She's like, how did you even do that? And her response was just like, bring me all the smut so that they could delay.
She was like, most
Mhm.
women won't do everything. You gotta
Mhm.
narrow it down.
I just love that they made him go through like hundreds.
That was the best. That I did love that part.
That was so funny. He's like, you're being
Yeah.
dumb. And she's like, no, I'm not.
And he was so annoyed with her, but like not in a truly like angry with her type of way. And then when he like figured out what she was doing, he was like, my lady.
It just made me laugh so hard that he was like, I'll do everything. And they're like, oh, would you do this, and this one? Like number 254? And then they described it and he's like, no. And they're like, well, then I guess we have to go through every single one.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they started it with the define a
wasn't that
penis
like-
or whatever.
But wasn't it that they had like it was an umbrella one, and then they had to go through the subsections?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, no, hang on. If you're not going to say yes to this, we need to go through every single one, and that's what drew it out. I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Right.
I loved their creativity with that list.
That was really funny.
That's good. I will say for having read like all of the Ilona Andrews, I didn't really know what to expect. And I just like enjoyed that they could surprise me like this.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I just like that it's so different
Mm-hmm.
while still being recognizable.
I think that for sure this is books to read if you're an Ilona Andrews stan.
Yes, 100%. This is not a like. This is, you shouldn't start here.
Right.
No, you would be
Only
very
for the people who
weirded
have
out.
read and love a ton of their books.
Yeah.
And probably only some of those people. But it is really fun that they did it.
In the ebook, did you have the images?
Yeah, I did.
So they had character art at the start of every.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. When you said
Every
images,
section.
I was like, did
It
they
wasn't
actually
the
show
smut.
all the positions?
It was just character.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
At Silver Blade. Where's Silver Shark? I like the Silver Shark one because you kind of see her sea dragon,
Mhm.
That's cool.
which was
Oh, that's cool.
the thing that was the thing I really liked about that psychic plane is that depending on how you view the world, you view everyone differently,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and getting everyone's descriptions of how they viewed each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would
I
say
Like that
also
I-
like that her original one was like a forest, like a really
Yeah.
barren, like forest land, and then it ended up being like a jungle when she moved because of all the new things that she was experiencing. I thought that was cool.
Mhm.
That was cool.
That's a mere formality.
Ooh.
Okay. I think I saw
I
that
do
one on
like
the website when I grabbed the link because I didn't
Yeah.
know if it was in our audiobook or
Yeah.
not.
I really liked in Silver Shark that he was like falling for her when she was just the quiet
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the quiet
It was
person
cute.
in day-to-day life.
It was
Mhm.
cute.
And when he found out everything that she was, that just made him, so much more interested.
Yeah.
Not cross.
I just like that it wasn't there wasn't a reaction to her being psychic or having those
Right.
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Agreed.
And he was like, why didn't you tell me? And she was like, I was going to. And then you were like, I just love your quiet mind. I don't have to listen to anything in your mind because it's so
Oh.
empty.
She's like, bad news.
Yep.
But I also like the creativity of how they found the solution at the end.
Mhm.
And I was just going to say, I liked how they protected other people from her planet and the culture of providing for each other, and that he was on board to do that too. But it was sweet.
I did like in Silent Blade where he was like going through all of his old school books, and it had like all of her notations too. So it's literally her just being like, "You're an idiot," and then like explaining.
Yeah. Yes, Julie, I did hear that sound in my head. As soon as I read that, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that was playing in my head the whole time."
You have a smooth brain.
Sorry.
Also, no, you're good. Also in Silent Blade, I liked that she made him wait, because like he needed that. Like she needed to not just fall into his arms, honestly.
Agreed.
Even though she was before she revealed who she was, but it was good.
I like that she taught him a lesson.
Same.
I do too.
Yeah, I did. I also liked her explanation, like at the end, where she was just like, "I was trying to like give you an out that you wanted without me being like screwed over, and you didn't even listen."
Right.
Yeah. Or you didn't even think about the implications for anyone other than yourself.
Right. And obviously some of that is being in your early 20s and teens and stuff. But I liked that he had to can't think of the word I want, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Introspection.
Nope.
Are we just giving weird words?
Penance. He had to do some penance for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would have started weird words.
Yeah, no.
Redeem himself.
I was looking for penance. But yeah, that story I can see more of. Like if Silver Shark is kind of side changeling-ish, I think Silent Blade I can see the start of Hidden Legacy. Just in terms of the way that they've structured the families and the power dynamics, and
I can see that.
the arranged marriage.
Yeah.
I don't know when that was released.
I think the thing about Silent Blade is it could have gone into ick territory really easily, since she literally shaped her entire being to make him happy, to please him. And then the way that she got him interested in her was to literally use all the knowledge she had of him. I feel like it could have just been like, well, of course you think she's amazing. She literally just mirrored you in every single one of your desires, you know? Like I feel like it could have really not worked. But again, I think that separation at the end, which I'm usually not a fan of, but him being willing to quit his whole life for her, and not just being willing, but being willing to wait and just be like, even if she never comes back to me, there's nothing else for me.
Yeah. I think it's also like, it wasn't her being like, oh, well, I have to get him to love me again. Like, I have to do everything for him. Like, apparently, because it had said that she had rented that place to cook and bake for like years and years before he even came back into her life. So it's like, no, it's just like she had to learn these things, and then some of them she just liked doing. So like the book that she liked that he hated, like she still likes that book even if he doesn't, and she likes cooking, and this is just how she learned how to cook, was by his family's recipes.
Yeah, good point.
So I think that's also a thing that made it not as like weird and icky.
Right.
Yeah, I think like a different author, I think it wouldn't have been done as well.
Because
I think we've said that a lot of times.
Yeah. All we're saying is that
I feel like we have a lot of trust in their writing and their skill set to deliver, which helps when things that you don't normally love like happen, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, even just their ability to weave in other cultures and
Mhm.
just things that they do it and it's just there, and it's not a case of we're shoving everything in for the sake of it. This is the world that we live in. We reference other cultures, we reference mythology and whatever, because that's the way that the world is. It's not because we need to prove that we're providing a diverse cast.
Right. They're very good at describing a world that feels real, or like it could be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of authors, probably, you're right, could not have pulled off that someone being like melded into the perfect person for this person, and it not be weird.
And none of the novellas, like none of them gave me the ick at all. And I feel like you make a couple little changes and it's like, oh, I don't like this. But they didn't do that. They did.
Yeah. They really need to run some masterclasses for some other authors at the moment.
So what we're saying is we love Ilona Andrews.
We love Ilona Andrews. We're stands. We're thinking about doing a read along.
Done a read along and thinking about doing another read along with the same books that we've already done a read along for.
We kind of thought we'd share our love of them on the internet.
It's very true.
But I think it's interesting though that they can move between the short and long form stories, because not everyone can, and some people are excellent at short form stories, and some people are excellent at novel lengths. You don't always like, and I think because I've also now read lots of just their little snippets of stories on their website as well, just the slice of life stuff. Like you can tell the difference as they move between the forms, what they're trying to do with all of them. It's like if they choose to write something shorter, it's intentional.
Yeah. Well, also they did the serials, and those are great because that's the Innkeeper. And they've also done like different novel lengths, because they've done ones that were like bigger beefy boys, but then they've also done like a 300-ish page novel, and they're still great.
Speaking of their serials, has anybody read the Roman serial that's happening on their blog right now?
No.
I've read a little bit of it. I haven't read the whole thing.
I haven't read any of it, but I'm hoping we're just going to get a published work and I can just read that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hoping that they'll just bind it all up like they did.
See, I won't read it because we do these, so now I'm like, okay, I'll just wait.
Well,
that's also it. Yeah,
Izzy, you have to be way further into Kate Daniels than you are.
I know, but I'm just saying, like in general, when it comes to their stuff, I'm just like,
I think
I'll wait because we're gonna get published.
All of Kate Daniels, actually, but I don't know for
That's
sure.
fine. You can't tell me what to do. I'll read in whatever order I want to.
Just saying. Do you even know who Roman is? I don't remember where he was introduced.
Isn't he introduced in like?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of a different character.
No, he's
probably that.
There's
like an arena thing. Isn't he introduced in that?
No,
that's someone else then. Okay,
that's when Hugh's introduced.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hugh's introduced there, but
who also has his own book. So
yes, and the thing with Kate Daniels, though, I know we're off topic, but I think you have to read the Andrea novel when it happens timeline wise. Like I think it came out afterwards, but it's better to read it there. And even though Megan hates it, you have to read Hugh's book in timeline order too.
Yeah. The reason I have an Australian Audible is for that book, because otherwise I would never have read that book.
So dramatic.
Okay, I'm on Gunmetal Magic right now.
Yeah,
technically, that's technically where I am in this series.
Well, then you'll meet Roman.
You know what?
And Roman, like every Ilona Andrews character, is delightful, and we all just wish that every single character had their own book series.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want his book.
It's the danger of all their books.
Yep.
I will be waiting an eternity for a Barabbas and Christopher book, so I will never get it.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter about the Aurelia whatever ones.
Yeah. Well, at least they're in that series.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, because I just listened or re-listened to the graphic audio for Magic Bleeds, which is where Barabbas and the other Buddha are assigned to Kate. I've forgotten her name.
I know what you're talking about.
Yay! Anyway.
So good.
This is making me remember to go look at how many graphic audios we're up to.
I think we're up to 4.
Okay, cool. We're almost up to where I stopped reading because I read like 4 or 5 of the Kate Daniels.
I think that the difficult thing is I don't think Gunmetal Magic will come out on graphic audio in the right order.
Probably not.
I still think reading that one in order is there. I mean, there is an audio for it, so
I think I own it. I think I own most of the regular Kate Daniels on like audio. So
my library has all of them on audio, and then Hoopla has them on graphic audio.
This is the like I'm collecting the graphic audios for Ilona Andrews and for Martha Wells's Murderbot Diaries. And
I need to read those.
I listened to one of the Murderbot Diaries audios, thinking it was the graphic audio. Did not notice because I was completely distracted with what I was doing. That I listened to the normal audio, and because they're so short, I just went back and listened to the graphic audio straight up.
Yeah. I mean, that works. So I'll have reread Murderbot, the first one, I think 3 times this year by the time I do my graphic audio listen. Because like I just love that series.
I've only read
I want to get through it.
But I own them all. So I need to I'm just going to probably do the graphic audios in my headphones at work while I continue typing my never-ending string of things that I need to type up.
There you go. Graphic audios are so fun. They're so fun.
They're very good quality.
I like them because I feel like they're just kind of a change up from when I'm doing my other audiobooks, like just something very different, which is nice.
I find them easier to follow.
Agreed.
Like I own the first. Yep, I do. I own All Systems Red in like actual physical form as a representation for my love of the book.
Yeah,
it's my book trophy because I don't read books. I only read manga.
Well, see, I mean, most of my books are trophies, so I get it.
Yeah.
I own the entire series because I started reading it when they first came out, but I have the hardbacks, and the hardback for the most recent one hasn't been released here in Australia yet. So I'm just like, I'll wait. I could have bought it from Amazon US like I did with the Chloe Lease books, but it'll release here eventually, and it'll be the right size, so I don't care. I'll wait for shipping to not cost me an arm and a leg.
That's fair. I just spent like $100 on planner stickers, and I was like, I regret nothing. Well, I now use my planner like so much because of my job.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah,
it's the best.
Oh.
And then you get decorated with like stickers.
Yeah,
and you can be Heather and put the wrong year in. It made me laugh so hard. I was like, oh man, we've all done that one.
Oh yeah.
I catch myself so often. Like, I think I've trained myself out of it now, but I'm like, yep. Oh, I said 2023 again.
2024 wasted no time. Let me tell you. Look, you can't even tell. How do
you just
know?
Sticker.
You wouldn't know.
Full sticker work.
Thank
Can
you.
I say that's why anytime I write the date in any of my journals, you can barely read it because it's down here. If I make a mistake, it doesn't matter.
Ugh.
I did find a mixed media journal, an empty one. And so I'm probably going to use that and make like a book journal for the year for once.
I'm using my Hobonichi as a book. One of my Hobonichis is a book and content journal, and one is just life. So we'll see. We'll see which one I keep up with.
Photo printers. I have one of those little ones that prints the little photo stickers, and then I have just like a regular photo printer that I unearthed when I moved. So I was just like, oh, I can now print out photos of my books.
I may or may not have found my backup photo printer. So
we've all been there, Julie.
Oh my gosh, that is really funny.
Yeah, that's great.
See, solidarity.
No. 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 I'm not doing that. I'm just talking.
So good.
Oh.
Okay. Turn on the light.
See, I don't know how I said I was going to read the books that I own, or the manga that I own, because I own so many.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the library book that I'm currently reading. Number 14 in the series.
Megan. Read what's on your shelves. I've already read like 10 books that are on my shelf this year. You got this.
I've read 5 or 6, I think. But see, because the other thing is
now have I acquired like 6? Yes. It's fine.
Well, do you know
I've not
what?
acquired any. Wait, that's a lie. I did. I've acquired like 3, I think.
Free books got me in the last like 2 days. There was a free Kate C. Wells, which I can't say no to.
Sure.
I always get Kate C. Wells when they're free though. Like
you have Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, I know. So what? It expires in like July. What if I don't renew it? What if I don't renew it in July?
I mean, to be fair,
and then there's Catherine Cowles free today, so I grabbed that because I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll try her. And then I think there was a Sarah Kate book yesterday, so there you go.
Like, to be fair, I don't have Kindle Unlimited currently because I'm planning on buying a Kindle and you get 3 free months. So I just canceled it because I was like, I'm gonna buy it within the next like few weeks anyway. So
yeah, no, that's the way to do it. And then gift yourself a membership so it's cheaper. Also, usually gifting memberships is cheaper, so do that because then you'll save some money on your KU.
Nice.
Don't pay $12 a month.
I was also just like,
because the authors aren't getting more money. Like that's the thing; they upped the price, and I don't feel like the authors are even getting more money. So no.
I buy all my audiobooks. So
you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
You're right. I can't see you.
What? No spam.
I feel like it's a joke.
And
I don't get. But yeah. I don't remember what I was saying anymore. I need to read what I own. Oh, I own so many audiobooks that I just accumulated that I also have not read that I need to read.
That's what I'm doing. That's how I've already read 10 things. I've been reading my shortest audios all month.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the one good thing about this was that they were short stories.
It's fine. I bought the audio collection and I read it this month, so it's perfect.
Same.
It didn't count against me in any way.
I have read 3 books because it was last show.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I have read a lot of books because I'm on holidays and hiding, so that is unsurprising.
I bought a lot of Kristen Ashley when they were on sale because a lot of her stuff is Audible exclusive.
Yeah,
I did get all of
novellas.
Most of the Rock chicks aren't Audible exclusive, but like her newer stuff is.
Yeah, I did get all of the Rock Chick ebooks when they went on sale. I just went, might as well get them now because I can't guarantee I'll find them over here.
Yeah.
Some of them are in Libby, but I don't think all of them are.
I've already read them all from my library before, so I know I'm good, but
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's in 2 weeks, right? Or is that next week and I'm off?
No, it's 2 weeks.
No.
Okay. I was like, how much time do I have to read?
It's the Sunday before I go back to work for me.
Yeah, Saturday the 27th for us.
Oh, okay.
Sunday the 28th for stuff.
Okay.
And I did realize that I had double booked myself, but I have found a solution. I was going to go to the hockey on Sunday, but I'll go on Saturday night. So
I want to go to hockey.
I want to
booked myself, so
I just want to see the women. I just want to see one of the women's teams play before they hit their finals. So
yeah,
I'm so excited. We got more women's teams in the States.
I know, that's so
And
great.
And I'm so pumped. And I was telling Grumps about it, and he was like, we can go to Minnesota. And I was like, sweet. So maybe next season we'll go and go see them.
Minnesota.
Yeah. It's cheap to fly from here to Minnesota, so.
Well, why would
There's
you?
only
It's cheap because
there's only
no one
6
wants
teams,
to.
isn't there?
Yeah, it's not a lot. I think there's a team in Boston.
There's Boston, New York, Toronto, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another. Must be another Canadian. There must be a Montreal team.
I think probably. I can't remember.
And there's one more. Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Well,
go to
see,
Montreal instead.
I think we only have 6 women's teams in the Australian competition here, and they don't play every weekend. They only play every second weekend, and they could be interstate. So.
And then the other thing with Minnesota is there's a bookstore I really want to go to there. That's Indigenous owned. So
Minnesota
could kind of just knock 2 things out at once, and then immediately leave because it is too cold of a place for me.
It's supposed to freeze over the weekend, and I'm not.
We're not discussing what is headed our way. Right now, I'm focusing on the fact that it's not here yet.
I'm in a winter storm currently.
Yeah, we're supposed to be -8 on Tuesday morning.
It's 90s here.
Yeah. We're supposed to be like negative.
Steph, I'm not converting that for you. All you need to know is it's cold as hell.
No, I know that 35 degrees here is 95 over there. So I can roughly calculate that in my head.
I was just like, I feel like a negative number here. You know that means it's very cold.
It's currently 0 degrees Celsius here in my area, and it's going to get colder.
Yeah.
How is it 0 there? It's not even that cold
here.
It's
32 Fahrenheit right now.
That's right. It's not even that cold here, though. Like, it's not even 32. That's wild.
Yeah, we're at 36 right now.
Because you're technically further south than me.
I am.
It's still 45 here.
No, yeah, 33.
Well, the thing is, like, it's been warm here, and we've had a couple of really hot days, but it hasn't been as hot as summer yet, which means, of course, as soon as the kids come back to school, it's going to be stinking hot.
Yeah.
And like, we haven't had any 40-degree days yet, which is really interesting. Also slightly problematic because it says a lot about climate, but anyway.
Yep.
We just like we've had more
Arctic blast we have coming feels like something.
Yeah. Like we've had more thunderstorms than we normally get at this time of year.
Yeah. I believe it. So do we have anything else to say about these books? I don't feel like
talk about like a bunch of other books.
You say. I think.
Do we expect anything different? Yeah.
I thought the next book was going to be a full, like a 300 plus page novel, and it's not.
It's like it's only 200 and something.
Yeah.
It's also on Kindle Unlimited.
Only little.
With audio.
It does. Yeah. It does have a really nice cover, though.
Yeah, I like.
I do like the cover. It's fun.
Yeah, me too. I was just
much better than these covers, but the new covers for these are still better.
I like
that one's good.
I like that one,
but the other covers are not great, and then but also are still better than the original covers if you look on Goodreads with like people.
Yeah.
Like they're weird people ones.
I have the original Hidden Legacy covers, and I'm very happy because I'm not a huge fan of the new ones. But also, as I scroll through my library, I keep thinking that, Ilona Andrews has a new book that I just didn't catch or like a book I haven't read. And then I'm like, oh, wait, that's just a different cover. And I feel tricked and sad again.
Yeah. I'm just like, because I have all of their books now. I have a physical copy of all of their books because for Christmas, I got myself all of the Edge mass markets, which I think we have different ones. I think we have different paperback editions, but anyway, I've got the mass market ones
you put in your videos. I think are different from mine. I see. Yeah.
But anyway, I've got Kate Daniels in mass market and Hidden Legacy in mass market. I just got all of them.
Yeah, love that.
I'm glad it wasn't just me, Julie. Because I got really excited and then really disappointed.
Yeah, you should have known.
I was just like, oh, did I miss one? Or like as our
the group chat would have reported it.
I know.
Oh, and just as I meant to mention this earlier when we were talking about the Kate Daniels graphic audios, the voice actor for Curran in the graphic audios also does Curran in the Wilmington Years audiobooks.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know if I haven't double checked the female narration, but the male narrator is the same across the two, which I thought was really good.
Yeah,
because it's not a graphic audio, but it's the Wilmingtons. Is it dual narration? Yeah, dual narration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, I saw that they were in my library, so I was like, oh, fun. I was like, whenever the new one drops, I'll reread these ones and then pick up the new one.
Yeah,
I'll re-listen, or I guess listen for the first time to these ones and then read the new one.
Hopefully we get a new Kate Daniels one soon. That'll be nice.
We gotta get something in the first half of the year, right?
Oh, probably.
She says hopefully.
Yeah.
I would think.
I'm hopeful, but who knows?
I keep checking.
The only problem with them not being traditional is it's always a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was traditionally published, we'd still be waiting for ages. So,
Mm-hmm.
But at least we'd know what was like in the pipeline. Now we don't. They're just like whatever we feel like. That's what's getting written.
Yeah.
Oh, look, another excuse for me to reread everything else I own by them. Oh, darn.
Right.
2024 is my year of rereads, so I think everyone should reread in 2024.
I love rereading.
Me too. Morgan was like, is it too early or is it too soon to like reread books from last year? And I was like, no. I've literally reread like 10 books. Reread your books.
Read whenever you feel like it.
Yeah.
I was like, January's
That's why I'm pumped for Rock Chicks. I've been wanting to reread it. And I was kind of glad I'd waited because I was like, this is perfect.
Right.
But if you hadn't done it, I think I was going to be rereading it this year anyways. So
I'm just going to send you like a slideshow presentation from Rock Chicks.
Well, like, Izzy, you're literally the inspiration to be like, does anybody want to read this? Because I was like, oh, Izzy's definitely going to reread it. Like, and I want to reread it. So
I still don't know if Robin will like them.
Anybody does.
This is basically our plug. Like, if you like us rambling on about random things,
we're going to be a little more organized for Rock Chick. It's more of us, so I think we're going to have
there are more of us for Rock Chicks. Will it be more organized just because there's more of us, or will it be less?
It will be more organized because I feel like I'm in charge of it. So I will
bully Heather into making it more organized. Let me put it that
points
way.
1 through 10. But that is also like, I love these, so I'm not.
You'll be triggered when you see one of us putting Kate Daniels in our like tracker, like talking about it again. You're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, and then you can forget again. It's fine.
Kate Daniels turns up in my wrap-ups at least once a month. So I don't know why anyone is surprised.
I know. You reread it the most for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I'm always tempted.
Well, see, I went back and I don't track that reread as well as I track some other ones, because I went back and it said, oh, you've reread it 4 times in the last 4 years. I'm like, no, I read Magic Bites at least 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Right.
If I reread a book multiple times in the same year, I only mark it as reread once.
Oh, no, you should.
Really?
You
I counted the rest.
Track it every time.
I counted the rest of the time. Every time.
Why not?
6 times. I went, it counts.
You can't cheat in a thing that's not a competition. And
no, Heather, according to all these people who only read like 5 books a year, it is a competition. And we are out here bullying them on the regular, which is why I'm now threatening them and telling them that I will bully them if that's what they want me to do.
I've started some screenshots of Twitter of all the...
I literally, like, on TikTok was like, if you want to be bullied by me about your reading, I'll bully you. Just let me know. I was like, I'm this close to like just go to people's comments.
Feel bad about yourself.
I mean, like, you only read 5 books? Oh my god, what do you do in your free time?
I've only read the one.
What do you talk to your friends about?
If you'd like to practice on me, feel free.
We went to a retirement lunch today, and one of the girls was like, my New Year's resolution is to read 5 books this year, because last year I only read 2. And I was like, See, reading is what I do in my downtime. So, like, y'all are talking about all of these TV shows that I just have not watched and have zero interest in watching. And that's okay. You do that. I'm going to sit here with my, like, hundreds of books.
Yeah.
And
Each
see,
to their
there
own.
have
Yeah,
been
but
years
do you even like have friends? You've only read one book, Heather. Are you like talking to people actually? Like, what are you
I know,
talking
like,
about?
do you have like a life outside?
You know what I have done is I watched the entire series of the trailers. So there's that.
It's fine. You're allowed to not read also. But I'm just to the point of I'm going to be mean to people who don't read a lot.
Like, and the thing is,
when they
for
ask for it.
me, this isn't a reading slump. A reading
Mhm.
slump is where like I'm trying to read, I'm struggling to pick things up, I'm struggling to get into things, and or everything I read is not very good. That's a reading slump.
Yeah.
Just not reading for me is not a reading slump.
No, I agree.
That's a choice.
Break. And it's only a break because I feel like doing it. Like when I don't feel like doing it, it stops.
There are days I only read a couple pages.
Control.
Yeah.
And then there are days I read a whole book, and it's fine.
There are days I choose podcasts instead, or I go through the whole first season of Lego Masters at work.
My kids love Lego Masters.
I was like, recommend. It's very good.
Yeah, they like it.
We'll see. It's going to be really interesting this year because I've decided that because I don't normally track picture books on the same tracker, and I don't track them on any of, unless they're a review copy and I have to put a review up. I generally don't track them on any service. So I already read a lot. And this is going to blow that way.
I cannot wait for the 1,000-digit number that you hit.
I feel like it's nice to have some sort of record of which ones you've read and how many times and all of the things, you know?
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, it's just it's interesting, and I don't watch TV, so it's just like my downtime is reading. I don't watch TV, although I did start rewatching a show, which is interesting. But anyway,
I watch cult documentaries.
Me, man.
I love that.
I gotta ask if you watched one later.
Yep. Okay.
But we're gonna rabbit trail if I do it now. See this?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's valid.
My Goodreads goal is always 100 books, and that I know to most people it's like that's ridiculous, but to me, I'm just like, no, yeah, that's like normal. That
I set mine the highest I've ever set it this year, and I'm on track, so we'll see.
The year I worked at the bookstore, I read 365, and I was very proud of myself because I read a book a day basically. And I'm like, I don't need to read that much ever again. I'm good.
I never said manga too. 52 books and that's it.
Oh, mine's 350 this year. But with manga, if I read 200 volumes of manga, which easily I do in a year, and 150 books, that's 350. I was over 400 last year again. So I was like, this is my new standard, I think, about. So
I would like to say people who the people who shame you for like reading too many books are also the people who start discounting books that you read. So they're like, graphic novels aren't reading, or manga doesn't count as reading.
Audiobooks aren't real books.
Audiobooks are not real books.
Because whatever your normal is, whether it's been your normal always or it's your normal this season, and that can be like you used to read a ton and now you're not really reading at all. Or it can be you're reading more than you've literally ever read before. But there's so many people that are like, I just don't see how anyone could do this, and I just can't fathom not understanding how.
Well, those people also are the ones that literally I've had people do it to me. They're like, well, you're using audiobooks too? And I'm like, yeah, because it's reading.
Well, and the thing is, I guess part of it for me is I just don't care what other people do, but also like I know that I can hit those numbers reading with my eyeballs if I want to, because
here is my thing. Why do you care what anyone else is doing?
Why does it matter?
Because they were all lying about it, Steph. We're liars.
But that's the thing. I'm like, you're using another way to get it, but it's not unattainable either way. Maybe it's
unattainable. Or you're reading like super easy romance novels. I read nonfiction. So even though I only read 2 books today, this year they were nonfiction. So I'm better than you and your
That's the
400
thing.
books.
There's nothing wrong with reading only 2 nonfiction in a year and that being your reading. It's however they want to measure it to make themselves come out on top of the competition that isn't a real thing. That's the part that drives me nuts.
It's my favorite. Because now, like I said, I'm taking their energy and I'm giving it back by being mean to them.
No, we should.
Like I'm like we have to give it right back.
Yep.
Screw this being nice. Screw being like, yeah, this is how I do it. No, just dish it right back.
Absolutely.
Like that's what drives me nuts. I don't care how much you read. Like people have different hobbies.
The only people who care are literally people.
My reading
are literally people who read 2 books a year. I feel like every time it's like, and like again, I don't really care. But it's always people who are like, I read 12 books this year or this or that. And I'm like, that's great.
Every time I see like YouTube videos or something where it's like, how I read 20 books this year, I'm just like,
I giggle.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Those make me laugh so hard. Like, it's just like because we're in the booktube space and those people usually are not.
We're in the book space and this is for like, I don't know, productivity space or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to me, the difference in
everyone's got different priorities, and that's fine.
Sorry, I rabbit trailed us, but yeah, start pulling people back, everyone. They want to be mean back.
Yeah. Circling all the way back, we're reading the final Ilona Andrews book next month, guys. Get ready.
What do you think about it?
I don't like it.
I know, me either. At least we have another book club to fall back on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I collect squishmallows, but specifically the Bigfoot ones because they have feet, and so I have like 4 or 5 of them just like roaming through my house. But like, look, they have like little footprints.
Those are cute.
So yeah, the only ones I collect are the Bigfoot squishmallows.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they are. So just look up Bigfoot squishmallow and you'll see a bunch of them. I was like, I can't be collecting all the squishmallows. That's too much.
No, I'm
so
super
only
picky
Bigfoot.
with what plushies I buy, even though I get lots of them. It's fine.
Yeah, like only Bigfoots. I think I have one more over here.
I live vicariously through the little humans at work who show me their new squishmallows every other day.
That's cute.
Yeah, like, and then here's one more that I got last Valentine's Day.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
So and her feet are shiny.
Oh. I'm very interested to reread this novel. Actually,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
and this one was traditionally published.
Yeah,
that one's published through Amazon. Yeah, and the other ones are all self-pubbed, kind of through their like agent thing.
Mm-hmm.
That weird that some authors publish through. I don't know what to call it.
Anyway,
it's still indie, but yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very excited. Well, thank you to everyone who has joined in and joined along and had a chat to us about Kinsmen Universe. And then we'll reconvene in a month's time. The live show for that's already scheduled on my channel, so you can find it because I can't remember the exact date, but it's been scheduled already. So
sometime in February.
It is the second weekend in February.
It is 2/9 for me.
Okay.
2/9, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Okay. I was like 8. What?
Yeah. I think it's 8 because we say 8 Eastern, and my brain just
me.
8.
I think so.
7 for you. It's
a completely different time for stuff.
In the morning right now for stuff.
It's 1 p.m. now. It's at the moment. It's
okay. So right now we're where you start at noon.
Yeah.
Your time change messes me up. I had it memorized that one time, like so well, and then your time changed, and I feel like I'm never recovered.
I need it to go back because it's going to affect. It may potentially affect. I know we talked about not everyone's coming to all the Rock Chick live shows, but it will affect things because I'll have membership games that I'm going to for the hockey later in the year. So I need it to go back to 10 o'clock.
Understandable.
if y'all want to join us in 2 weeks for the Rock Chicks, we're reading Rock Chicks.
Heather.
And yeah, on Heather's channel, we're reading the first Rock Chicks and then Rock Chicks Reawakening.
Which yeah.
If you've not read them before, I highly recommend you read Rock Chicks first and then read Reawakening. Because if not, like, why do I care about this person in this novella?
I like the novella.
I haven't read it yet, but well, that's not true. I've started. I haven't finished.
I liked it too, but I read it after I read the whole series. So
it was written as a prequel, so it's written further into the series. So you can definitely read it.
You can do either one. I just feel like you'd like it more if you met the main character first.
Yeah.
All right. Before we start talking about it, because that's for another live show. Have a good evening, everyone. I was going to say afternoon or evening. Bye. See you later.